All right, social studies. Now, what did we talk about yesterday? We talked about two specific people that went on a very specific journey. Who remembers what the journey was called? Starts with an E. Tessa. Expedition. Who remembers who went on this expedition? Cole. Lewis and Clark. Who remembers where they started the expedition and where they ended? Where did it start and where did it end? If you want to look on page 91 in your textbook, it has the route in red. It's a very fine line, red line, because it follows a lot of rivers. Grant, where did they start? Right, in St. Louis in the Missouri River. And then what direction did they follow? They went to Missouri, they went west a little bit, then what direction did they go? M. So they went west a little ways, follow the red line. What is up? What direction is up? Yes, now look at our little compass. So they went north, northwest, and then they went what? They got all the way up to, put my glasses on, very fine print, Yellowstone River. Then what direction did they go after the Yellowstone River? Page 91 in your textbook. So they follow the map, follow the little plane or little map, the direction. They're up way north, where they join the Yellowstone River. Then what direction do they go? James. So they went north from Missouri River to get to Yellowstone. That's pretty much north. Then what direction did they go? Look at your compass. What direction did they go to get to the Pacific Ocean? Christian. West. You see that, James? Yeah. Okay. So that was quite a long journey. Does anyone remember how long it took them? Tyson.
2 years and 4 months.
2 years and 4 months.
I don't want to do that.
No, a week would be sufficient for me. I'd be done.
A day maybe, or maybe a
I traveled a backpack, and that was it for 5 months. And that, I can't imagine 2 years and 4 months. And this was not near as difficult of a travel as Lewis and Clark did. So that was all very interesting. We went on our little expedition where we talked about food. We talked about how they got food, what they might eat. No restaurants, no stores, no farms, no gardens, no markets. So they pretty much had to do what to gather their food every single day. What did they have to do, friends? Everybody needs to starve. We need to wake up. We need to be with it because we're almost done for the day. Olivia.
They will go on hunt.
Yes, hunt and gather. Gather their fruits, their vegetables, their plants, hunt their meat, fish. So yes, no Targets, no grocery stores, no Costco. Oh, I can't imagine a life without Costco. That would be painful. I could do it though. I could do it. All right, let us turn to page 52 in your textbook. What is a precedent? 52 in your manual. If I said textbook, I'm sorry. 92 in your textbook. What is a precedent? Not a president. Precedent. Any? An example. So we have that word again on top of page 52. Precedence. So who is John Marshall? On page 92 of your textbook, it explains who John Marshall is. Now all of these gentlemen are dressed, except for this guy and this guy are very different. They're the same. They do the same thing. What are they? The man with the white wig and the red robe with the fur. What does it say underneath that picture? Tessa, an English judge. Where would an English judge be from? The United States? Where? English judge. Jonathan. Yes. And then the U.S. Supreme Court Justice. We've talked about that. Where do they reside? Where do they work? What country are they from? James. Which is what country? Yes. So he is a U.S. Supreme Court judge. So let's read who John Marshall is. We're back to politics. Who would like to read page 92? There are 2 little paragraphs. Wincheen.
The whole thing.
Yes.
The Supreme Court is made up of judges. They are called justices. The top judge is called the Chief Justice. John Marshall became Chief Justice just before Jefferson became president. Marshall set several precedents while he was
Bless
in
you.
the Supreme Court. Marshall and Jefferson did not agree on many things. Marshall was a Federalist. Jefferson was a Democratic Republican. The Democratic Republicans controlled the presidency and Congress, but not the Supreme Court.
All right. So Jefferson is a Democratic Republican. John Marshall is a what?
Federalist.
Very good. So there is that little square with John Marshall, and there's a picture of him. So he was a Chief Justice of the United States when 1755 to 1835. Where? Virginia and Washington, D.C. John Marshall served America in many ways. He is most famous for being the 4th Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. For over 34 years, he guided the Supreme Court in deciding cases. Marshall helped establish the Supreme Court as an equal 3rd branch in government. What are the other 2 branches of government? Jonathan. The what? Beautiful. Beautiful. That is correct. Now, he served for how many years?
About 34.
34. Can a president of the United States serve for 34 years? Why? Why can a president of the United States not serve for 34 years? Jeremiah.
Because every 4 years there's an election.
Beautiful. Yes. Now, can they serve more than 1 term? How many terms can they serve? Grant. 2. Very good. So, with that saying, how can a Supreme Court justice serve for 34 years? Do they have term limits? They don't. They do not. So they can serve. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was, how old was she? Do you know, Mrs. Cochran, how old Ruth Bader Ginsburg was? She served for a long time. She died this year. She was a Supreme Court justice for a very long time. I'm going to Google it. But they have no limits, term limits, so once they become are nominated and agree, or they are appointed, it is a lifelong appointment. 87 years?
She only served 27 years. but
Oh,
that's
she was
total.
87. I mean, okay, like what? So she served till she was 87. And she served 27 years. And John Marshall served 34 years. I wonder what the longest is. All right, so who would like to read on page 93? Olivia, read the first paragraph. Democratic.
The Democratic Republicans did not like the Supreme. It was the branch of government that was the least controlled by the people. People did not elect Supreme Court justices.
Wait, stop right there. Who elected Supreme Court justices? Emmy. We elect the president, the senators, the vice president, or the vice president and the president on the same ticket. Winsheen.
The president?
Yes. Yes. Very good. Okay, keep reading, my dear.
The president chose them. And then those justices served for life. When John Adams was president, he chose John Marshall to be the Chief Justice.
All right, who is John Adams? Who is John Adams, Sam?
The second president.
Yes. So John Adams nominated or elected John Marshall, so he will continue. Just because the president changes does not mean the justices change. Just keep that in mind. Who wants to read the last paragraph on this page? Jeremiah.
One change Marshall made in the Supreme Court was about clothes. Some judges were wigs and bright robes. They wanted to look like English judges. But Marshall wore a simple black robe. Other judges followed his precedent.
Precedent. What does precedent mean again? Cole.
An example.
An example. I am so glad our judges chose the black robes and not the English.
Yay!
Okay, do you have, I'm sorry to interrupt for a second.
Yeah.
Do you have a yardstick?
I do.
We're putting the new desks together for the third grade class next year. So I just need to measure, okay, what the average height is. So I think, let's see, we have some 25, 27.
And then Jeremiah and Grants are really tall.
See, we have several at 25. These are plenty, these are good girls. You feel comfortable sitting like that? Okay. I think they're between 25 and 27. And then we have the tall guys back here. Whoa, goodness. Okay. I'm gonna borrow this
Yeah,
for a
work.
second.
Yep.
Because what? You had people still on the desk in there? Oh, then I can go get that one. Perfect. I just always just like to interrupt before.
Oh.
Are you teaching and recording? This is for Cadence. Hi, Cadence.
Cadence and Zillies
And the Zillies
Owen and Grayson.
Owen and Grayson. Have a great day.
A little commercial
You all
break.
know how I am, right?
Commercial break by Mrs.
That's who
Hathaway.
I am.
All right, so very good. So what precedent did John Marshall set? They said the very last line, he set a precedent. What was the precedent that he set? McKenna.
Just wear plain black robes.
Yes, to choose plain black robes. And guess what, friends? They still wear black robes.
Yeah.
Yes, they still wear, so that's from 1755 to 1835. We are 2021, and they still wear the black robes. I say that was a very effective precedent. Would you not agree? Yes. Okay, justices, I'm on page 94. Justices used to help political parties like they liked. But Marshall stopped this. He believed the Supreme Court justices should think about the Constitution. What is the Constitution? What is the Constitution? What did our founding fathers create after what? What is the Constitution of the United States of America, James? Yes. Who set them? First of all, where was the Constitution drawn?
Pennsylvania.
What particular city in Pennsylvania?
Philadelphia.
Very good. Yes, it was a long, laborious battle, but they came up with the Constitution. What was also drawn at that time as a compromise? Cole? The Bill of Rights. Yes, I think everyone needs to wake up. Who wants to read the next paragraph? Go ahead, Em. Marshall's most important.
Marshall's most important change made the Supreme Court powerful. He said that the Supreme Court can decide if a law agrees with the Constitution. This idea is called judicial review. Judicial review means the Supreme Court oversees all laws. The justices review or check a law. If it does not agree with the Constitution, the law is thrown out. When this happens, Congress cannot change the Supreme Court's decision. Judicial review makes the Supreme Court powerful.
Yes, it does indeed. And where is the United States Supreme Court? Where are they located in our country? Tyson?
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. Who else is in Washington, D.C. that is powerful in our government? Christian?
President?
The president. And who is our president?
Joe Biden.
Yes. Who else resides? The vice.
President.
And who is our vice president? Gosh, I wish Owen was here. He always had a good answer. Yes. What about the legislative branch? Who is that entail? The legislative branch. So we've got the Supreme Court, which is the judicial, the executive branch, which is the president and the vice president. So we have the legislative branch. Who is that? Boy, people, come on. Who is our legislative branch of government? Luke.
Congress?
And?
The president.
Nope, that's executive. Congress and Olivia.
The Senate?
Yes, thank you. All right. Let us get open textbook or manuals to 52.